All right, guys, I just finished watching The Adam Project, and I'm going to tell you what I thought of it and try not to spoil it too much for you because I know it's brand new and a lot of people probably haven't watched it, but people might be curious to know if it's any good. Now, it's kind of crazy for me to be watching something the day it comes out. I know I never get in this early on a review, but it just so happened that I caught it the day it came out. So here we are reviewing it when it's brand new. Now, I'm sure 1,000 other channels have already reviewed this film, but I'm just going to give you my take on it real quick. So, The Adam Project, I saw a trailer for this, I think for the first time a few weeks ago, and it kind of came out of nowhere for me. I didn't know this was in the works. Not like Free Guy, which was like we knew about for 2 years before we actually saw it in the theater or on streaming. But The Adam Project, I didn't know anything about. I saw this trailer, like I said, and I'm like, oh, interesting, because I like Ryan Reynolds, obviously, and I love time travel. It's one of my favorite science fiction things in any film, book. It's like my favorite genre, a subgenre, right? Time travel. And so naturally, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch this. You know, it's starring Deadpool. It's got a great cast. So this is the first thing. It's starring Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, Jennifer Garner, Zoe Saldana. This was a great cast. Like, it really surprised me. I thought it was just going to be Ryan Reynolds. I didn't know Mark Ruffalo or Jennifer Garner was in it. And also, it was directed by Sean Levy. And if you don't know this, there is some news that just came out today. Sean Levy directed Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds and also directed this film. And it was announced today, when this was released, it was announced today that Sean Levy is going to be the director of Deadpool 3. So it's like a Sean Levy trilogy with Ryan Reynolds. It's pretty damn badass, like back to back to back. It kind of sucks that Tim Miller's not doing the Deadpool thing anymore, but I really enjoyed the first two Deadpool films. I'm curious to see what they'll do when, with Disney, Marvel Studios at the helm instead of 20th Century Fox. But what am I doing? This is not about Deadpool 3. This is about The Adam Project. So, it's a good movie. Like, it caught me off guard how much I really enjoyed it. I went in with, not very high expectations, to be honest. I figured it'd be pretty okay. I figured I'll enjoy the comedy beats at least because of Ryan Reynolds, and I like time travel. But I was worried about the cheese factor. I was worried that it would just be a run-of-the-mill, Netflix action movie, which there's a lot of them, and a lot of them are similar. And not to say that this was like wildly crazy or different or did anything like new or insane that I've never seen before. It was just a solid film all the way through. It didn't feel cheesy. And it was something I always fantasized about when I was a kid. I don't know if anybody else did this. I'm sure I'm not alone, but when I was like probably about this kid's age, right? Like 10, 11, 12 years old, I would imagine what it would be like if my future self came back to talk to me. Like in this movie, this kid was like, kind of a nerd, whatever, kind of a geek outcast. I was like a little pudgy, overweight, not very cool kid. Not so great with the ladies, not so great in a fight type of guy. And I just always imagined like what would my future self? Would my future self be super cool and come back? And this is like what happened in this movie. So it was a lot of fun for me to watch. And I've always fantasized about that idea, like going back and talking to your past self. I always thought it'd be a cool thing. So anytime I get to see that on film, I absolutely love it. I really love Looper. I thought that was a fantastic movie. One of my favorite time travel movies. And that involves, encountering your past self. But yeah, I was really surprised with this. Is it the best sci-fi or even best anything I've ever seen? No, it's not. And did it blow the doors off? Not really, but it was thoroughly enjoyable. I was at no point bored during this movie. The acting was superb. The comedy was really good, especially from this kid who plays this is Walker Scobell, I guess, is the name of the kid. Plays the younger version of Ryan Reynolds, Adam. And this kid nails Ryan Reynolds' delivery. Like, before it ever shows Ryan Reynolds, well, actually, not before. It shows him at the very beginning, but before you even get to know him, you get to know the kid version of him. And you know, because you already know Ryan Reynolds is in it, right? But you can just see that this is like a young Ryan Reynolds. Because, Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds in everything that he's in. So, naturally, he's going to be the same type of character in this, right? Like, Deadpool's not much different from his character in Waiting, not much different from his character in Just Friends. I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds, right? We love Ryan Reynolds. That's who he is. To two guys, a girl, and a pizza place. It's all the same guy. It's part of his brand is who he really is, and I love him for it. But this kid really nails the mannerisms and delivery where you believe this is a young Ryan Reynolds, super sarcastic, actually quite funny, and a little bit of an asshole. Like, he nailed it. I absolutely love Jennifer Garner. And I got to say something. 13 Going on 30 is another fantastic time travel movie I absolutely love. I just now put that together that she was in her own time travel movie where, it's like kid her, future her. Anyway, little bit different of a plot there, but still very enjoyable film. If you've never seen 13 Going on 30, it is worth a watch. And guess what? Guess who else is in that? Holy shit, I just realized it while I was saying it. Mark Ruffalo is in that movie as well, playing her love interest. And in this film, he plays her husband. Holy shit, I'm having revelations right now during this review. Wow. You know what? I like this movie even more now for bringing those two back together in a time travel-esque film. Holy shit. I really am. I'm like beside myself about that. But I gotta say, Mark Ruffalo, I never used to like that guy. I never used to care for him really as an actor. But he has been growing on me in the last few years. Obviously he's the Incredible Hulk in the MCU films, and at first I wasn't even happy with that, but he has grown on me as an actor. I've enjoyed him in other things. And yeah, over the past probably 5 to 10 years, really, I've grown to like that guy's acting more and more. He's very much an everyman, I feel like. So he's a good representation for, the POV character, the person watching the movie. You can kind of relate a little bit to Mark Ruffalo. He's a pretty normal-ish guy, right? Anyway, I don't want this to run on too long. I just want to let you know that I really enjoyed The Adam Project. I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5, maybe an 8 out of 10. Perfectly enjoyable film. Like I said, nothing new or groundbreaking, but really, really fun. Awesome good time. Sweet action, sci-fi, time travel, and the comedy beats are on point. At no point did I go, oh, that was cheesy. Oh, that didn't land. It's all fantastic. Absolutely loved it. So, like I said, I only reason it's not a 9 or a 10 is because it didn't do anything revolutionary, right? But it is a fantastic film, and I highly recommend it. Go check it out. I don't want to ruin anything, talk about any spoilers, really, but just know that it was a good movie. It was a very enjoyable and entertaining movie, and as I said, I didn't get bored at all throughout the film. I never felt like it was taking too long. It's a perfect length, hour and 40 minutes-ish. Yeah. Great movie, The Adam Project. Go check it out if you haven't already. Just came out today, so you probably haven't. But go check it out. Fantastic. If you enjoyed this review, please like it, share it, all that good stuff to help the channel grow. And if you like what I do here, well, here's what I do here. I basically every day I try to put out some sort of content, and it's usually entertainment or pop culture related most of the time. So if you're into that sort of thing, please subscribe to the channel. And like I said, I'm not perfect, but I try to put out some sort of content every day. And if you do decide to stick around and subscribe, then I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks.